This is a terrible drawing. The anatomy of the goat is totally out of control. The way the eye sits in the skull is crazy. Does that look like a tongue to anybody?
I think it looks like a tongue.
You
and
do?
I think it looks like a goat.
To me, it looks like a dog with horns. You have 6 hours to tattoo in one of the 3 styles chosen by the coaches: Japanese, illustrative women's faces, or American traditional. And your time starts now.
That is the way to do it. Big, chunky, heavy. That's the way it's supposed to look like.
Thanks, Steve. At this point, I just want a spot in this competition. If old ass Steve want to put me on his team, I go on Steve's team.
I'm really gonna isolate who's doing the techniques that I'm looking for that will benefit my team, and I will coach those artists in particular. I just noticed when you're lining, you're shaking.
Yep.
Is that normal for you?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
So just try
Try to
and
loosen it up a little.
Just try and see.
I haven't been nervous while I've been tattooing in a long time, and I am feeling it right now.
Shows a lot of heart, man, but just pace yourself at the same time. You know what I mean?
Thank you, sir.
You look a lot more comfortable today, man. That's
Thank
good.
you, sir. It's more important than ever to secure a spot on this team.
2 hours. 2 hours to go, guys.
This back line,
A little too high up,
cut it down about there.
a little too hunchy.
Yeah, come off to this,
high.
right about there.
I got another shot to show these guys what they missed out on. I'm going back down to the basics of tattooing.
Slow burn?
Yeah.
He's very receptive, but he didn't listen.
He's telling you want to hear and then doing his own thing.
Just starts with a couple flicks before a
That
line.
might be a nervous tick she has to work out.
I'm taking risks on this tattoo because it is basically a white tattoo. I just went with my gut on this one.
I got this big ass tattoo. Hopefully I beat the clock.
Rachel.
This outline is challenged in a lot of places.
Did anyone see this tattoo in person?
We're all looking at the picture, that's all.
You came up and said it was solid to my face. So you're a liar or you're an ass kisser?
Both.
Perfect, liar and ass kisser, nailed it.
Anybody in this room says that that line work right there is solid and good, they should leave for you.
I thought I was taking a cool risk doing it on the stomach.
It's a cool risk, but it's a risk you have to win.
Tim.
The crook in the finger, there's one less knuckle joint than it should have, but I like how strong and vivid this tattoo is.
I love the color play. Solid tattoo, dude.
Coco.
This tattoo has a heavily unfinished look. The black in the hair needs a little more. The outline's not 100% finished.
I'm just mad at myself for even making it that big.
It's hard to stay here with an unfinished tattoo.
Slow burn.
Another eagle that's got some crazy wonkiness to it. This guy's definitely got 2 different feet. It's not bulletproof solid.
Rachel.
It's a very clean, very sticker-like tattoo. I'm not gonna be a fan of all that white.
I love white.
You should love yellow because yellow is what it turns into.
Christian.
The critique I have for you is coloring this thing wall to wall. These things need skin breaks.
If you would have went very soft black and gray, you'd have a winner.
There is 1 spot remaining on Team Steve.
I'm not trying to go out without a fight. I've been tattooing 22 years, and I think I'll be a great asset to be on your team, man.
I've been tattooing 15 years. I'm versatile and can put down a good, solid tattoo.
I got a skill set and want to be part of the team, take you guys to the end.
Steve, who's it gonna be?
There go Gary. I like that he fought for it.
Yes. That means the rest of you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
I know I have way more tricks in my bag. Not having the opportunity to show those tricks, it's like a swift kick in the nuts.
You have 6 hours to tattoo a maze, and your time starts now.
How's that?
Good, get after it.
These toes,
Yeah.
see if you can nice and easy finesse the space between the toes, just line it.
I'm tattooing an angel transcending from a maze. I'm definitely in my head way too much, and it's like a storm cloud going on.
Once you get up in here, everything has a line on it.
Oh, up in the angel?
But just make sure it has structure.
Yes, sir.
Don't look right now, but Garrett's line work is not.
That was a wild one. find your worst line, drop shadow from that point on. This is a line challenge, and this thing's gotta be bulletproof.
Just gotta make sure every line meets up.
There are people here who are doing like 5 lines when I'm doing 500.
You have the wobbliest mind work in the room right now. Okay. Fix it now.
I understand why Steve's doing what he's doing, but it's only making me freak out more.
Is there a way to bring any maze design into any of this? Like, how it's different from here?
No. At this point, I don't have any time to do any more maze if I want to finish this huge lion.
I feel like my team's not really taking direction too well. We won the Flash Challenge, got Skull Pick. If we don't succeed, we're gonna look like idiots.
Let's start with Garrett.
This one, it looks like a struggle. A lot of areas where your outlines just get carried away. Been super nervous since I got here, so I think that's really showing. A lot of areas where you went in and you built up. Once you build up 1 or 2 times, 3 or 4 is gonna cut them. You got a lot of divots. In my defense, I did have the most line-intensive piece in the room.
You're fighting yourself a lot on this tattoo, and it shows in the end.
Next up is Amanda.
You have a lot of camouflaging going on. You have the same values and tones in the maze and through the figure.
I was trying to build up some of the lines to make the angel stand out more, but I think it did get kind of lost.
And you did a weird effect where you got your front hands fully articulated with fingers, and then the back hand is a little weird nub hand. To me, that's an inconsistency.
Deanna.
The color in this thing, it's just patchy. There's nothing in here that's solid. Coach, is it solid?
She paints, so she paints colors in.
That's cool, but you got a tattoo color in here.
You and 2 or 3 other people have the weakest mazes in the room. Everybody's gonna learn that hitting the challenge does count.
All right, judges, it's time to determine who's going home. Just to look at him, I like Garrett's the best. As challenged as Deanna's tattoo is, it fits the back nice. Amanda's tattoo is just difficult to read.
I'd vote for Amanda only for one reason. The other 2 are just a little more pleasing to look at.
The best design on paper is Garrett's.
I'm forever gonna be the cut judge. If you cut, you go. So my vote's for Garrett to go home.
My vote's for Amanda.
My vote's for Garrett.
The judges have decided, Garrett, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
You got the chops, man. Unfortunately, just one little mistake here or there sends you home. Come back 10 times stronger and kick some ass.
All right, Garrett, please pack your machines and close shop. You have 6 hours to tattoo Zeus or Hades, and your time starts now.
That is probably the cleanest tattoo in this room.
I want to keep it simple so you can see that. My strategy at this point is survival. I don't tattoo bodies. I don't usually tattoo flames. I'm going to do more of a fade with the ones in the front and keep him super light.
You like it?
Having to do something that's so outside of my comfort zone is really, really hard.
How are you? Getting nervous.
I'm not as confident as I should be in this tattoo. This background is starting to get away from me a little bit. DJ's hardly around because he's hovering over the rest of the team so much. I'm nervous, but I trust my coach. I got 4 beautiful boys and a beautiful wife. They're giving up a lot for me to be here. My wife is a teacher. While she's at school, I'm at home, daddy daycare all the way. I have to tattoo at night, but we make it work. I need to do whatever it takes for me to be able to stay.
Sparks. Proportion being the key word of the day. The first thing that caught my eye was that irregular bend in the arm holding the lightning bolt. It does look a little askew, and the hairline is very, very close to the brow, leaving very little forehead.
Tell me what is going on with this background.
I just wanted him to be in the clouds.
If you're not gonna kill the background's gonna kill your tattoo.
That's why I hate doing backgrounds. Why'd you do the background? I was afraid of the contrast of the bolt.
We didn't even have a chat about background. You could have just called me over, asked me one question, and I would have told you.
I should have, man.
This tattoo is for life, you know?
Lindsay.
It's very 80s action figure-ish, wearing those Daisy Duke shorts.
It was going to be like a black loincloth, and it does kind of read as shorts.
His right leg just seems to disappear.
The flames have 0 resemblance to fire. It shows a lack of understanding how to draw these things.
It was just a tough day.
Take that time, slow down, understand what you're doing.
Today, Team Anthony and Team DJ had to tattoo mythical gods. And based on your work, one artist from each team will be packing their machines.
In order to win Ink Master, you have to be able to draw. Lindsay, this one's challenged heavily. You're still very stagnant, very rigid, very tight.
This drawing, it doesn't even feel like me.
Let's move on to Team DJ. Let's start with Sparks.
I give you some tips and tricks and stuff, and I feel like you just totally avoided what I said, which is really challenging as a coach.
We let some passion fly pretty early on in the competition, but I think that's just because we give a about what we're doing, man. You're right. I felt like I've been asking lots of questions, and I've actually approached this the wrong way. I'm the one that got me here. I really don't want to make any excuses for this, man. I just had an off day.
All right, guys, it is time for the coaches to make a decision as to who's going home. Anthony, what is your decision?
I told you guys from the beginning I was in this with you, but this is the way it goes. Moving forward, I need people who are flexible, who will not waver. I need technicians. My choice is Lindsay.
Lindsay, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop. Okay, DJ, it's time to determine who's going home from your team. What's your decision?
I know you guys are all great tattooers out of here, but this competition gets the best of people. I think I'm gonna have to choose Sparks.
Sparks, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
It's a very humble experience when you come in here.
Oh, I get it now.
But the only way to grow is to pass through a hard time. This is gonna be a growth spurt for you.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
Hey, good luck, guys.
It is what it is.
All right, artists, you have 6 hours to create a mashup tattoo, and your time begins now.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna put your stencil on.
Today we're testing ingenuity by having these artists incorporate 2 or more tattooing styles in one place.
First time's a charm, right?
Yep.
Rock and roll.
I'm looking for the best drawn tattoos with the most diverse styles incorporated.
I'm gonna put a leaf on your knee, okay?
You ready, boss?
Oh, yeah.
Need anything, Katie?
I gotta work on this still.
It's a real skull right there. The references are so dope.
I've got my hands full. I got shots fired on me.
Make sure there's just a thin line outside the nose.
Lucky for me, my coach is really good with skulls. He's trying to help me get through this because he knows that I'm going through a tug of war in my head and I'm losing my mind.
How's it going in here?
Oh, it's stressful.
I kept this design pretty simple, but I think I might have gone too small with it, and a lot of the details are getting really hard to see.
The outside petals on the rose, do you think I should leave a skin break, or do you think I should go solid?
Solid red on the inside, no blends.
Yeah. This is not going well.
1 hour left, guys, 1 hour.
Step right up. Here's the worst sitting canvas of all time.
She's flopping around like a fish, bro. He's trying to pull it out. He's struggled trying to put it together.
He might be in trouble, dude.
It's looking like I'm gonna have to do some basic gray shading on the right side instead of doing the full color that I want to do. We're almost there. I'm running out of time. This canvas is sitting bad. We're close. We're close. I just want to turn in a tattoo that's finished.
Lil D.
This was a rodeo ride from the start. As far as hitting styles, it's more weird how half the face is shaded one way and the other half is shaded the other way. I don't think it really stands out.
It's supposed to be colored.
But man,
Yeah, it was supposed to be color.
Unfortunately, we got to judge the tattoo. You missed it on the challenge. Rough day for you, man.
Matt.
Well, man, I'm really not seeing the style breakup here. If we look into the roses, they're beat. That red is pretty rough.
This whole tattoo does not look like you on paper, and it doesn't look like you on the skin.
Katie.
The mixing of styles is definitely there, but the legibility of the skulls in the center, they're a little too busy and a little too muddy to really stand out and be strong. It does take away from the optical illusion of it being that 3 sides. Your process got away from you.
It's time for the judges to decide who is going home. The challenge of the day being a cohesive design with different styles. I think Katie hit it the best.
For me, Katie's safe.
Would you agree with that, Chris?
Safe.
We're looking at between Lil D and Matt.
Which of them would you rather wear?
I couldn't make that choice. You guys are both challenged technically, you're both challenged with the drawings, you're both challenged everywhere.
Chris, I've heard you say a million times, it starts at the drawing table. I would say that Lil D's drawing is challenged at the onset. My vote to go home is Lil D.
My vote's for Matt.
One vote for Matt, one vote for Lil D.
I'm so torn, and it kills me. Gotta go with Matt.
The judges have decided, Matt, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
I am really a fan of your art, but these mistakes, these are things that are just a lack of being in the game long enough to know how to treat these situations.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
Thank you, guys. Good luck to all of you.
You have 6 hours to create a pixelated tattoo, and your time starts now.
Alrighty.
Let's do this thing.
Pixelated tattoos are a tough thing to pull off. These artists could get lost in their own interpretations.
What do you think of that? Hell yeah, killer.
If you're not crystal clear on what you're supposed to deliver, you will definitely end up on the bottom and potentially go home. Ready?
Yep. So you think I should leave the outside blocks open?
If you think so, then do it. If you don't think so, don't do it.
My canvas, his arm is all broken out because of razor burn. He shaved himself before he came to get tattooed.
Don't be afraid to put black in. It actually belongs there.
Trying to make straight lines on top of razor burn is really difficult because you're going over bumps. It's just a disaster.
Are you doing all solid black right there?
No, this is black right now. My biggest issue right now with this tattoo is these pixels are looking like crossword puzzles. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. I don't want to come from a tattoo today to go to the bottom.
This is your final hour.
Darken these fat lines. Just bring the grays mostly at the ends of the feathers. Okay.
It's been rough for me to realize that after 24 years, I'm not as good as somebody that might have been tattooed for 5, but I didn't have the same advantages as they did. And tattooing wasn't always about being artistic. It was about street credit.
The white ones, you can keep a little closer, like that one white. Yeah.
I try to stay humble. I'm gonna keep learning until I'm done tattooing, which I hope isn't for another 20 years.
Fame. This thing is challenged throughout. You have these pixels in the background, but then you have the same exact tones in the pixels in front of this thing, which is really making it kind of difficult to read and understand why these pixels are there.
Precision day. Pixels aside, the line work is busted. Nothing solid, nothing smooth, nothing saturated. This beat.
Katie.
Your challenge right out of the gate, just not doing the most simplest thing. A skull, realistic, black and gray. Anybody that can't do that, just go start packing right now.
The line work in this thing is rough.
He had severe razor burn and he was gushing blood.
If you look at the whole top of this outline of the computer, it is a bumpy ride.
Lil D.
It is very legible. The biggest thing about this for me is color saturation. All the red squares are not solid.
The areas of outline that you have that butt up to the headdress, you can see all the wavering lines. This one's super challenged.
Judges, it is time to determine who is going home.
I gotta go with Katie.
I can read Katie's tattoo better than I can read Fame's.
Stay in textbook. Katie.
The judges have decided, Katie, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Head up, you're good.
Thank you guys so much for giving me this opportunity.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
Thank you.
You have 6 hours to tattoo the Undead, and your time starts now.
All right, let's go. Okay, stand straight again. The good thing is no one in the world is gonna have this tattoo.
In order to do a successful Undead tattoo, you're gonna have to be really good at texture, from fur to slime to bone.
Oh my God, I love it. It's gonna look so nice.
If the textures all look similar, the tattoos are gonna look really messy and muddy. These things can go awry quick.
Just remember, where there's open skin, leave a lot of open skin. Yeah. Break down shapes instead of how you would do it traditionally.
You can come up quick these days. It's super easy to learn how to tattoo. You can get anything you want off the internet. When I was a kid, finding a tattoo machine was like finding gold.
Doing portraits now? That's an ugly bastard, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't go around those eyes.
No?
No. And your little dots of white, like on the maggots. Stipple of white in the nose, tongue, the wet stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Lil D.
From a distance, it definitely looks like the Statue of Liberty, but there still needs to be some line work in this thing. You're losing so much of what could make this thing stand out.
I feel like you missed texture on the robe, on the hair. The actual definition that it's calling for, I don't really see you hitting that.
Mike.
This is a terrible drawing. The anatomy of the goat is totally out of control. The way the eye sits in the skull is crazy. Does that look like a tongue to anybody?
I think it looks like a tongue.
You
and
do?
I think it looks like a goat.
To me, it looks like a dog with horns. All right, guys, time to determine who's going home. Mike's is my least favorite to look at. Lil D, I think that you've missed the challenge.
Gotta vote for Little D.
Little D.
The judges have decided, Lil D, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop.
Thanks, y'all.
Josh and Gary, this is your chance to save yourself from elimination by facing off. You have 6 hours, and your time starts now.
Awesome. Ready?
Now we go.
Yes. Gary versus Josh, if there's a fist fight to be had, these guys are the ones to do it. Dig it? Yeah. A realistic tiger can be very tricky because somebody has to know how to emulate different values of fur for the different values of stripes and colors in the tiger.
You give me that face done in 2 hours?
I hope so.
You have to be able to hit the textures of the mouth, precise with the whiskers, shiny with the eyes.
This whiskers right here is just a hair higher than the picture.
I might just fade that off anyway.
All around, there's a lot to a realistic tiger.
All right, lady, you ready?
Yep. All right, brother. Go get him, dude. I am not gonna leave Gary's side because this is probably one of the most important tattoos of his lifetime. He gets to take out one of the biggest players in the house. So I'm gonna sit right here and make sure he does this thing the way it needs to be done. They don't have to lay that light of a line. They still want longevity, bro.
Thanks, Coach. Even though me and Josh butt heads, we need to put our differences aside. This is all pretty much one value. This weird t-shirt shape, like almost.
I want to texture it.
Yeah. I've showed him a few tricks to get through this challenge. Hopefully he listens to me for once and actually applies them.
Pay attention to your reference. Haven't seen you look at it once.
I can't lose another artist, especially Josh.
4 hours, guys. 4 hours left.
Be careful of that sharp line there. Just do the mouth and sharpen that tooth before you forget, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gary's just going so slow at this. Just do what you see and get moving, bro. Man, you gotta speed this up. There's so many details. With only 2 people tattooing head to head, there is no cushion to the bottom. You are the bottom and you will go home. I want that face done in 2 hours.
As long as you do everything that you see, game over. This is yours. You took out the big dog.
I have to win. I want to show my daughter, if you want to succeed in life, you can't give up.
Oh, yeah, Gary. It's gonna be a hell of a thing for the judges. Dude, I was over there being like, I can take it easy a little bit in the middle of the day. And then I'm like, and then all of a sudden everybody starts being like, dude, it's coming together. So I'm over here stressed out.
Let's start with Josh.
You do a beautiful tattoo here. You definitely captured the look of the tiger. I really like what you did on the hair coming out of the ears, and you really gave a strong swing at lining up all these whiskers and the backdrop of the fur against the whiskers. For me, the biggest letdown is gonna be the eyes.
Yeah, the one eye, she got to where she was moving and I couldn't get her to sit still, and I think I just jogged it a little and I had to overcorrect.
Obviously, I'm looking at it, and the focal point for me, that went.
Yeah.
All that fur and all the little lines you put in each stripe to really show the direction of the fur is amazing.
I really just shot for something that literally looked like it could leap right off his skin.
Gary. I love the pose you chose. I love the image you chose. I particularly love the look you got in the tiger's eyes. Those eyes look beautiful and wet.
Really great little attention to detail.
Where I think you have challenges, your whiskers make new shapes. They look more electrifying. It doesn't have that slow, flowing, long, wispy feel to it.
It's a little spider-webby towards the edges. And one thing that would help this tattoo out a lot is if the top of the head was the top of the tattoo. Where you put the arch of the back, it rounds this whole thing off to a big ball shape. Same with underneath the cheek right here. If you would have left a little bit of breathability, that shape of that chin would have looked really strong. But you show us a really nice black and gray tattoo. Smooth transitions, multiple tones.
Thank you very much.
It is now time to determine who is going home. I have a hard time getting past the whiskers against that white fur. I don't know what the I'm looking at. My vote's for Gary.
These are two well-executed tattoos. Gary's does get a little more hard to read in the bottom half of the tattoo. That's the point that kills it for me. I gotta vote for Gary.
My vote's also for Gary.
The judges have decided, Gary, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Gary.